Your whole life is a discipline: school, college, relationships. And at some point, you get so fed up with it all that you decide to start your own business to never depend on anyone or anything. So you open a souvenir shop on the highway. You know, burgers, cowboy hats, flags, mini statues of liberty. And one day, Boop got an awesome business offer. The Chinese were interested in your product.
Some Chinese buyers have shown interest in your product. They'll be coming in about a month. We'll need to sort things out with them. You in, bro?
Of course, I'm in.
Now we need to negotiate with the Chinese, but there are some nuances. Boop tackled his studies with tiger-like resolve. He crammed 100 words on day 1, 200 on day 2, but by the end of the week, he was losing steam. Initially, it was always something. The weather wasn't cooperating, or his pals invited him out for a drink. Boop got bogged down in procrastination. He loathed himself, but just couldn't get himself to do anything. And when the moment came to welcome foreign guests, he whipped up a presentation, wrote a couple of lines, and decided it would be good enough. Next up, American jokes. It was a disaster. The Chinese left, but promised to return in a year, and the problem hasn't gone anywhere. How do you discipline yourself when you've already graduated from kindergarten? How do you not give up halfway? And how do you instill this damn discipline in yourself? Boop decided he needed to start a new life, starting January 1st, just like he had over 30 times before. He watched a ton of motivational videos and got pumped up, but it only lasted for 2 minutes. Remember, discipline isn't the same as motivation. It's better. Motivation is an emotional charge that hypes you up for a couple of weeks. Your body runs on pure euphoria. You forget to sleep and eat, but that state passes just as suddenly as it begins. Discipline, on the other hand, is about a lifestyle and the ability to see things through. It works for the long term. As my grandfather used to say,
Motivation is a magic pendulum, and discipline is a filigree pendulum placed on the path.
the first step is to prepare yourself mentally. Boop desperately needs to learn Chinese, but he thinks he lacks willpower. It's easy to justify laziness this way, but here's the thing. Willpower doesn't exist. There are only decisions made. You need to firmly decide that you need this, to give yourself, so to speak, your word as a man. But all this nonsense was clear even before, and the approach was wrong. That's why the boob couldn't achieve anything. Here are the main reasons why you can't stick to discipline. First off, you're taking on too much. Don't set too many different goals for yourself. Sure, there are super productive people who wake up at 6, work on a bunch of different projects, play the violin, and learn Chinese. Well, just know this. They're either not telling you the whole story, or they have a neurosis. But it's important to understand that everyone's discipline is different. Work at your own pace. The second reason? You're expecting quick results. Well, that's not going to happen. Get used to it. But after 6 months of consistent work, you won't even recognize yourself. As they say, bad now, good later. Third reason. You talk too much. Boop made a fatal mistake. He shared his plans in vivid detail, and that was his undoing. Literally, the moment you share something with someone, or imagine a narrow-faced dude interviewing a rich and successful you, your psyche thinks you've already accomplished it. Don't do that. Boop stopped blabbering, abandoned his insurmountable goals, and prepared to play the long game. Now comes the hardest part. Step 2. Get your ass up and start. Fear of the new. This is the oldest instinct of Homo workerus. You need to fight it, and slowly but surely get things done. Start with small victories. At least start lying in the direction of your goal. Gradually, this will become a habit. Here are some life hacks to make it easier to discipline yourself. First, break down a big goal into smaller sub-goals. Let's say you have a big task for the month. Break it down by weeks, and then even smaller by days. If you have a clear action plan with strict deadlines, your chances of messing up will be significantly lower. Second, determine the reward for the completed piece of work. It doesn't matter if you wrote one paragraph in Chinese or read all of Confucius's thoughts in the original. The reward should be commensurate with what was accomplished. You should have a reflex like a dog. Do something useful, get a treat. Third, get less distracted. Limit the time you spend on social media, YouTube, and just mindlessly scrolling. The Instagram feed is endless, and you don't even realize how much time you're already swiping. But if you, say, set an alarm, you can control this process. Step 3. Don't stop. To maintain discipline, you need to want it. Fall in love with the process, enjoy it. If you're constantly suffering, you won't last long. The hardest part is when you've already reached your goal and, with a sense of accomplishment, allow yourself to rest. This rest can drag on, and you'll gradually start neglecting your discipline. Forming good habits is much harder than destructive ones. A new goal will help keep you on track and prevent you from slacking off. America. The year is 2126. People are implanting neural chips directly from Apple and Neuralink and synthesizing organs on home printers from Tesla. The Ford F-150 finally got a hyperdrive and an autopilot that argues with you about politics. George Washington has been cloned, and he's running for president again, this time as an independent candidate with a podcast. And Boop still couldn't give his presentation in Chinese.